All right, so this is the Waltz garage, and you'll notice that these shelves are pretty sad right now. Now, this is the result of a pretty wild year dealing with COVID and just everything that is happening in the world. Now, about 2 months ago, we had a bunch of boards and completes on these shelves, and in about a month, we should have them back. We're gonna have brand new decks, brand new completes on these shelves right here, and probably a bunch of other places because we're gonna have a lot of them. Now that's if things go as planned. Wheels are still gonna be here very soon. You can pre-order Freestyle wheels if you're looking for those. And then again, soon after that, sometime in August, we're hoping to have decks here and completes here. And all of those things on the waltzskateboarding.com web store as well as the UK web store. So everybody who's been asking me, everybody who has been DMing Waltz or emailing Waltz, asking about when stock's gonna be back. The decks and completes are gonna be back very soon-ish. And if we had boards right now to sell you, you best believe we'd be just throwing them at you. But yeah, thanks everybody for being so patient. On to the video. We got a fun one today. All right, so we are at glorious El Dorado Freestyle Skate Park. Maria's here too. Hi Maria. Are you out of frame or are you in frame? I have no idea. Maria's doing 1-foot spins off in the corner. We're out today talking about 5 freestyle skate hacks. I get a lot of questions about ways to make freestyle easier, whether it's riding a freestyle board or just things you can do to make learning tricks like the tricks I do easier. And I realize there's a lot of things that freestylers do that not everybody knows about. So we're gonna cover those today. 5 hacks, 5 little tips, tricks, quick things you can do to instantly make things that are freestyle skateboarding easy to do. Easier to do, at least. She's gonna fall. I hope we get it on camera. I'm gonna fall too. This is gonna be a great day. So let's jump right into it. The first thing, and my favorite thing, one of the first things I picked up when it came to freestyle skateboarding is wearing a shin guard. And I have kind of a fancy shin guard. So when I first started skating, I used to use a soccer shin guard. Basically, I would slide it onto my leg and then turn it sideways so that I had some coverage right here. However, nowadays I use this fancy schmancy Panda Props shin guard that my friend Terry made me, and it works pretty dang well. So let's say you're learning how to do pogos, right? You're trying to do no-handed pogos, but it hurts every time you hop with the truck against your leg. Having a shin guard right there makes it so much easier to get used to the proper form for no-handed pogos because you're not getting distracted by all the pain of that truck. Then you can learn tricks like saran wraps, maybe even like fan flips. I should try that again, right? It's the other shin though, like it just went all the way down. That's what I get for being like, this helps the tricks, y'all. All right, here's another hack. Warm up. Don't just start filming your video before you've you've gotten limber. Ow. That was trash. Finger tape, right? If you've ever ridden a skateboard or held a skateboard before, you know that the stuff on top, the grip tape, can tear up your fingers. And when you're doing finger flips, when you're doing truck transfers that require grabbing the grip tape, when you're doing any kind of tricks where you're holding the board, you end up bleeding a bit on your board. And that's why I recommend using some finger tape. This is just regular athletic tape you can get from like your local pharmacy or an athletic store or whatever. This is inch-wide athletic tape, and I like to rip it in half and wrap it around the fingers that are getting the most action. I don't really use much. This is actually probably too much for what I need right now. The main point is that it just stays on and prevents you from getting gnarly blisters or worn out sections on your fingers and keeps you from getting too painful. Everyone I know seems to have a different method for doing this.
You're gonna wanna do it clockwise. Counterclockwise, you're not gonna land anything.
So let's say you're learning finger flips, right? And you're spending all day grabbing your board right here. It's a lot easier to do this 1,000 times in a day when you have some finger tape on your fingers. I really like it because most of my tricks involve some sort of a flip with my hands. Oh. Can't believe I landed all of those. Oh, we've got your finger flips. Oh, rolling finger flips. What? Ow. Oh, that was gross. Yay! My fingers aren't even that bad now. Look at that. I'm only bleeding a little bit. And then, if you combine finger flips and pogos, things can get real wild. Ah, hope I'm still in frame. It can be really helpful to have finger tape and a shin guard when you're doing stuff like that. All right, I'm sweaty now. On to the next one. Grip tape on the underside of your nose and maybe on your tail. All of my freestyle friends and I put grip tape on the underside of our nose and tail. And if you've ever gotten a complete freestyle skateboard from Waltz, you know that we give rolls of grip tape. And why is that? It's gonna make my tail slides and nose slides terrible. I don't do nose slides or tail slides, but I do caspers. So anytime I'm doing a casper trick, the board is upside down, I'll have one foot on top of the nose or tail, and my other foot is underneath holding the board off the ground. Now, if I don't have grip tape right here, it's gonna be really easy for my foot to slide off the end of the board. So if you're learning how to do freestyle, even if you're not skating a freestyle board, you can still put grip tape on the nose and tail and make it much easier to learn Casper tricks. Maybe even, I don't know, rail flip to Casper? Now you've been learning Caspers, you're working on Caspers because you have this grip tape on your tail and your nose and they're so much easier. But now you realize that your shoelaces are getting wrecked. I actually just ripped the laces of my shoe as well, so I feel your pain. How do you fix this? Number 4 on the list, cable ties. These go by so many names. I feel like everybody has a different word they use for these. This is a trick that I heard from some people on the old F forum, this old freestyle skate forum that I used to go on. It's not ideal, and it's obviously much better to have laces, but this will do ya if you need something to keep your shoes together. So if you feed the strap through that eyelet and tighten it at the bottom, it should keep your shoe nice and secure right around there. Then just take your handy dandy tiny knife that Maria keeps on her at all times and attempt to saw off the bottom piece. Yes, how did that work? And there you have it. You got a little faux lace there. Probably won't break as easily as a shoelace. And from here you can just tie up whatever the loose ends of your shoelace are. If you're like me, you like your shoes nice and tight like a ballet slipper, and this will keep that shoe feeling that way even as you rip through all these laces. And now the zip tie should stand up to truck stands, to Caspers, to most things that you throw at it. Sketchy. So far, all of the hacks we talked about in this video have been about truck tricks, Casper tricks, and finger flip tricks. They haven't really talked much about footwork, and I think footwork is the most important part of freestyle. It's the thing that teaches you the most about how to get comfortable on your board. I think it's the foundation to learning just about any other trick in freestyle skateboarding, and there's a couple of things you can do that really help make footwork easier. The first thing I try to get every freestyler who's learning footwork to do is to wear down the grip tape in the middle of their board. Now I do this on every board that I set up. So if I have a fresh board, this one's not super fresh, but I've only been skating it for a couple weeks, I'll take some extra grip tape that's lying around and I'll just lightly rub down the center of the grip. And what that's gonna do is help my foot pivot around the center a lot easier. This sort of thing comes into play when you're doing stuff like walk the dogs, any kind of footwork trick where you're pivoting one foot in the center of the board. Now, a lot of people have different methods for making those tricks easier. I find that rubbing down the grip tape helps a lot. A lot of my friends will do other things, like they'll actually cut out a circle of grip tape in the center of the board or just not grip the center at all, which I find really distracting, but to each their own. It's freestyle. You can do whatever you want to your boards. It's hard to see, but this board is nice and worn down. It's real soft in the center, but still grippy on the nose and tail, which is really important for a lot of my other tricks. So I'm gonna go do some footwork on this. Hopefully you're having fun learning freestyle. If you haven't started yet, we have a bunch of trick tips on this channel, and a bunch of my friends make their own trick tips on TikTok, Instagram, and on YouTube. Maria just landed. Oh, she was so close. Why am I not filming Maria today? Why is that not happening? I don't know, I'm blowing it. I'm totally blowing it. There's a bunch of trick tips out there to learn stuff like what Maria is doing right now. And hopefully these little tips and hacks help make your experience more fun and easier. I know I had a lot of help when I first got into freestyle from friends sort of giving me little tips and tricks to learn things, and I hope you're finding a group of friends that can help you do the same thing. Keep being good to each other. If you see somebody learning this stuff, pass these tips along. Keep dancing. We'll probably see you later this week for another couple trick tips, as well as maybe some random shorts here and there. They've been fun lately. Let me know what you think of those too. I want to hear what y'all think, but yeah, we'll see you then. I'm gonna go shoot Maria doing these walk the dogs and finger flips. She's got a sequence she's learning. Oh, that was it. All right, let's go.